Hey guys, welcome to episode 129 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Today, World of Warcraft invades OG Toys once more. I picked up the set just a little while ago. It is Demolisher Attack, set number 91026, 299 pieces. Comes with 3 minifigures, a very cool play set, so to speak. It was actually a fun build, don't get me wrong. But in the past little while, World of Warcraft, waiting on some of the newer sets. I did pick up the Goblin Zeppelin, waiting on the massive castle, Storm, Wind, something or other, to come out a little bit cheaper. It's 99 bucks here in Canada. I'm definitely gonna wait till hopefully Boxing Day. There's some great sales, and I want to pick that up and review it for sure. But this set, very fun. It was actually a really cool build. I love the way the tank came together, and it looks really cool. And it came with some amazing looking minifigs as well. And of course the loot. The loot was actually pretty cool. I got a very cool looking item, which I'll show you near the end of the video. First off, I'm going to show you the minifigs. This is the first guy in the Human Alliance, the Human Warlock Markov. He's actually a pretty cool looking minifig. I love this dark blue. It's a navy, almost black, but it's a navy with the teal highlights going all the way around. He looks just awesome. Really nice detail, and of course, not a single paint smudge. The thing's painted perfectly. They got really steady hands at Mega Bloks, let me tell you. One thing I didn't like about this figure, and I'm sure all of you guys noticed, the head. Now, this human head, we've seen it on Colton, just repainted. Would have been cool to see this guy with a different kind of head sculpt. The picture on the box is absolutely amazing, and this figure with a hood or something would have been just awesome. Let me show you the box, the picture of Markov here. Let me just pan up. And there he is. Quite a big difference. The guy's a beard, this one doesn't. He has a hood, this one doesn't. That one looks cool, this one looks not too bad. Hopefully they can improve that. But the figure itself is, like I said, actually quite nice. He does come with this huge weapon. Massive looking weapon. Can do a lot of damage to somebody. And the figure as well, you know, it's superposable. With the ball jointed head. You got the 360 at the waist, ball jointed arms, pin at the elbow, 360 at the wrist. The legs. Legs do suffer from the long skirt thing here. No articulation, it's just a hollow piece. But it doesn't really impact the figure overall. He's still awesome. He just looks super badass. Great looking minifig. Pop the head off. Take a look underneath. And he's got that super articulated body. Or super articulated. He's got the more profound proportion body. Superhero look, so to speak. All this armor does come off, and you can customize him and swap him with the other figures. Does have a pin in the back to hold his weapon, which I love. Love the way they incorporate that. Keep that all in place. Very cool looking minifig. And the other minifigure here, this guy is a Void Walker Abserio. Void Walker Abserio. I guess he's like a water spirit or element or something like that maybe Markov controls. He is actually quite neat. He doesn't have much for articulation, but these arm gauntlets are removable, as you can see. And he's a very dark shade of blue. He just has the ball jointed arms, no articulation anywhere else, but still very nice looking spirit. And of course, the other figure we got from the Horde, we got the Blood Elf Severin. Well, this figure, I've been waiting to get this figure. That's the main reason I really wanted this set, was for this figure here. He does look awesome. Great paint application all the way around. No smudges. He's got this huge freaking weapon too. Like, man, these guys are just pumped out with crazy looking weapons. And what I love, detail. You know, they added the blue highlights to the blades. Just looks awesome. And of course, this figure is fantastic. Get a close look at that face sculpt. It is killer. The blonde hair, the pointy ears, the green eyes. Just an awesome looking fig. Really cool looking armor as well. These minifigs are totally badass. Exact same articulation as the other guy, except he has a pivot at the knee, the below joint, to give you some knee articulation. Otherwise, you're exact same. An absolutely awesome looking figure. Now let's take a look at some of the structures here. Now, part of this little castle, let's move this awesome looking tank out of the way for a moment. And we got this tower here. It does come with a catapult. And let me tell you, you put one of these little meteors or fireball things in here, this thing will fly. I mean, wow, this thing shot probably about 10 feet. Like, it went across my place with no problem. I'm looking around for this thing for a while. I'm not going to show you because it just flies, but man, put something in there. Goodbye. This thing is going to launch. The tower itself. One thing that I love about this tower, which just adds to the overall quality and detail that Mega Bloks puts into World of Warcraft, is the stonework here on these brick pieces. Lego's tried, but I don't think they've come close to this. This looks like real marble. It looks absolutely awesome with the darker tones, the lighter tones, and of course the swirls of paint. This thing looks awesome. You got little torches here. You got these columns, of course, the Alliance flag. Now, unfortunately, on the back end here is really not much going on. You got a little ladder to go up to the top here, a shield. You could put a weapon there if you wanted to. And of course, I just built this up a little bit to have a figure stand on the very, very top, which Markov could do. If he could stand in there. There we go. So he's kind of watching over the tower, and I'll just pan up here so you guys can get a better look. It's actually quite nice. It's a nice little accessory, an add-on feature. And of course the big thing here is this massive tank, the Demolisher. It is actually really cool. You got the Horde symbols on the side here, flags. You got these massive wheels, this battering ram in the front. Of course, the exact same kind of spring-loaded projectile launcher. You got some more fireballs in the back. It just has a really cool aesthetic appeal to it. These brown pieces here are meant to resemble wood, and they actually have textured details on it as well. It's just a great looking vehicle. You can see some armies following this guy, just riding it into battle. I love the chains here too. You got some more blades there, and of course 7 fits in no problem, or anybody else you want to drive this thing. So we put his head back on. So, great plug right into the back where the weapon holder is. And the figure stays nicely in place. Only thing that, a bit of a nitpick, maybe something to extend up, like some little protective area to show that he's driving the vehicle. Because it doesn't look like he has any kind of steering column function or anything. That's the only thing I would probably add, or at least some sort of shield up to there maybe. I might do that just to add a little more detail to it. But overall this set is awesome. Very cool looking features on it. Very minor, minuscule things that could improve on it, but as a customizer or a Lego builder or anything like that, you'd probably just do it yourself anyways to make things better. But it's a cool looking set. I do think the price point was actually pretty good. This cost me about 44 bucks regular price, and I got it for a little bit under 30, which I was cool with. Now, the loot. Love this. Now, the bigger blocks, Mega Bloks sets, World of Warcraft sets, are coming with special loot bags. Some of the weapons have been repaints, which is, you know, could be better because some of the other loot includes mass, armor, and stuff like that, which I definitely want to improve some of these characters if they had some better armor, and of course alternate heads. This thing was included as the loot. It's a very cool looking sword. You could definitely see Severin using this, which he will and forever will be. Very cool looking sword. Definitely a great paint job as well. I love the two tones of the red. It's like a blood elf sword or something. You can imagine that. Very awesome weapon. There you go, guys. I'll show you some of the instructions. Oops. You got your instructions. And on the inside, of course, you got your details on how to build the figure, just in case you want to dismantle them and dismember them. How to do it. Load right up on the characters, and of course, pics of all of the heroes and villains in World of Warcraft. Now, we do have new figures coming out. The new sets. And supposedly, this loot is going to be included in the newer sets. But, as you can see, I've gotten a couple of these weapons already. Haven't got any of this stuff yet. And man, these helmets look absolutely awesome. These shoulder pads. Hopefully those are going to be more available. And if anybody gets any of these sets, definitely post in the comments if you've picked up any of these extra awesome helmets and shoulder pads, what set you got them in. Who knows, maybe we'll be lucky and find one, but haven't come across those yet. There you go, guys. World of Warcraft set, Demolisher attack. Thanks very much for watching. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. We got more awesome reviews, so stay tuned.